What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me today on this October 4th, 2023. If you're not watching live, because... God. Okay. There we go. We fixed it. Every day. Every day it's something. Anyway, it's October 4th, 2023. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Rumble and some other places, but nobody cares. Anyway, if you're watching this not live, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let me know that I exist out in the world. You mean a lot to me. I appreciate you. But it is Big Idea Wednesday, so we're talking about an idea. I may have talked about this one before. I can't remember. Could have searched it, but whatever. We're going to dive deep into a little thing called the end of history illusion. Yeah, it's not just the title of a sci-fi movie. It's a cognitive bias. You know, a little thing that makes us believe that we've reached peak awesomeness and we won't change much from here on out. Now, this illusion is the kind of thing that makes you say, I'm perfect as I am right now. The pinnacle of human evolution, baby. But then life comes around and says, hold my beer. Let me give you an example. Ever have a friend who decided to get a tribal tattoo in the early 2000s and thought, this is it, the zenith of all things cool? Well, fast forward to current year, that tattoo looks more like a relic from the Stone Age than a cutting-edge fashion statement. Or how about when you thought you'd never be caught dead using a flip phone? Smartphones? Psst. I'll stick to my trusty T9 keyboard. Cut to today. Kids, you can look it up. T9 keyboard. It was a thing. Anyway, cut to today. You're swiping left, right, center. Praying autocorrect doesn't make a fool out of you. Let's not forget politics. Remember when you thought you'd found your political soulmate and declared, I got it all figured out. Then one scandal, one gaffe, one too many times being exposed as a total fraud, and suddenly you're single in a political world, desperately swiping through ideologies like their profiles on a dating app. So my friends, the end of history illusion is as real. Well, it's as real as anything. Life's a roller coaster, and we're all just trying to hold on to our metaphorical toupees. Embrace the fact that change is the only constant, and maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid becoming the punchline to your own illusion. Remember, don't get too comfortable, because life has a sense of humor too. My name's Tom Coffee. This is a Coffee Nuance Show. Best censored commentary news show live right now. Flame on. Oh yeah, thanks for being here today. We're talking about the end of history illusion, and I've got a couple examples for you. So it's a cognitive bias where people tend to believe that their current value, their current preference, their current personal characteristics, that represents a stable and unchanging state. And people underestimate the extent to which they will change in the future. In essence, people, individuals, think they've reached the point of finality in their personal development, even though they're going to continue to evolve and change throughout their lives, hopefully, right? So here's a couple examples for you to bring it home, right? Career choice, right? A person may believe their current career is their ultimate passion, and they'll never want to change it. How'd that work out? Anyway, like we all have new opportunities and to pursue different careers in the future, and we don't think about them right now, or maybe you are, right? Also, a relationship, right? Someone in a long-term relationship, say a marriage, might think they've found their perfect match and their feelings will never, ever, ever change. How'd that work out? Often, over time, people's preferences and needs in a partner can evolve, and they can lead to changes in their romantic relationships. And what about politics? This is true for me. People often assume that their political beliefs are set in stone. They may undergo significant changes throughout their life, depending on the new times, new circumstances, and exposure to new information. And lifestyle choices. Individuals may believe that their current lifestyle choice, diet, exercise, hobbies, etc., are permanent. And in the future, they find new habits and new interests over time. So this is true for so many things, even fashion, right? People think that their fashion choice, oh, this is it for me. Am I going to be wearing the lowest shirts at 90? Maybe. But a lot of people think that what they're doing currently is how they're going to do it forever. And that's almost rarely the thing. And lastly, like life goals, right? The life goal that you have now may not be the same life goal you have in 10 years. We just don't have the imagination to realize how much we're going to change over time. Later in life, you may realize that your priorities or your aspirations have totally shifted, and that's a good thing. That's a totally cool thing. And I guess lastly, it's hobbies, right? Or, things you're interested in. Before I was given a chance, I don't know, a dozen years ago, I was not doing any, I didn't consider myself much of a dancer, and I never considered it. I didn't know about it. Some people invited me to class. I had so much fun. I've been teaching dance fitness for over a decade now. I never would have thought that I'd be doing that when I was 18 or 30. No. That's the thing, is we do have this illusion in our head that things are not going to change. And they always do. They always do. So anyway, that's the big idea that I wanted to talk about today. We do have a good show. We got a number of topics to roll through really quick. And the first one, the big one, is what's going on with Kevin McCarthy. Yeah, well, folks, you heard about Kevin McCarthy getting ousted as Speaker of the House. It's like reality TV, where the contestants voted him off the island. He may have thought he was on Survivor Capitol Hill, but it turns out he was just on The Biggest Loser, Speaker's Edition. And remember, in politics, it's not about who you can trust. It's about who you can't trust. So here's the story. In an unprecedented move in U.S. history, Speaker Kevin McCarthy was voted out of his position by hard-right conservatives, causing turmoil within the House Republican leadership. McCarthy announced he would not run again for Speaker, leaving the role up for grabs. The vote, orchestrated by Matt Gaetz, resulted in McCarthy's ouster due to his decision to work with Democrats to keep the government open, but mainly because he wouldn't stop funding Ukraine. The motion to vacate passed, and the House descended into chaos. McCarthy's removals left a Republican majority in disarray as they try to elect a new speaker next week. Now, just remember here, why did this happen? He wouldn't give up funding Ukraine. Yeah. Let that sink in. Now, when you check this out on the corporate media, they're all going to talk about how, maybe the reason was, oh, they didn't like it that he was working with the Democrats. No, that's not the reason. If you want to know the reason, why don't you go to the person that did it and see what they say, right? Back earlier in the year, it was announced, McCarthy told Gaetz that he would separate spending bills and they wouldn't lump them all together. This week, he said that they would separate it, but it turned out he made a deal with the Democrats in secret and just said, just vote for this we'll get the Ukraine funding, don't worry about it. Well, now the House is in chaos. And McCarthy's out just because he wouldn't stop sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. Now, for me, I'm done with this. This is my own take on it. I don't think, and I am very leery of anyone that wants to keep sending billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine. Hey, our government can shut down, but let's not shut down this massive money laundering, transfer of billions of dollars to probably the most corrupt government in Europe. Yeah. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, this was unprecedented. Never happened before. Got rid of their own speaker. So it's kind of amazing. So we'll have to see what happens in the coming day and the coming week. But be careful when you're listening to the pundits talk about the reason for this. Okay? All you have to do is listen to why Matt Gaetz said that he did it. Take him at his word. It's not because he was working with the Democrats. It was all about funding Ukraine. So, anyway, that's that. Let's get to the next story, and I would say it's about damn time. Yeah, you know, folks, they say the U.S. is cracking down on Chinese fentanyl traffickers. It's about time, right? Here in Portland, we had 8 ODs in the same park downtown yesterday. So I'll say I'll believe it when I start seeing people hunched over because of bad posture. Instead, here's the story. The U.S. is taking action against Chinese companies and people involved in trafficking fentanyl, a deadly drug. Sanctions are imposed. Indictments unsealed, and China is blamed for the role in the fentanyl supply chain harming so many Americans. And on a personal note, it's fentanyl. Null. Okay? It's not fentanyl. It drives me crazy when people can't even pronounce this deadly drug. Right? It's fentanyl. Fentanyl. But yeah, they mispronounce that on TV all the time. But I don't really believe it. I don't believe they're actually doing anything. The crisis has gotten really bad, and like I said, here in my city, in the same park, in park blocks, Northwest Portland, 8 ODs in the same park. Yeah. If they wouldn't run over and give them Narcan every time and save them, this would probably work itself out because they'd all be dead. But we're not doing that, right? I don't know. This whole fentanyl problem is, to me, it's just creating zombies. It's creating zombies. We have Walking Dead in our cities. And I will believe they're actually doing something when I see a change. And I don't see any change. But, hey, I'm rooting for it. I'm absolutely rooting for this. So we'll just see what happens. And now, let's get our math skills together for this next story. Okay, thank you for informing me on that. Let's try it one more time. Nope. Oh, there we go. Add one more thing to the checklist I have to do before every show. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, man. Anyway, you know, folks, they say there's a 1 in 2,700 chance that asteroid Bennu could hit Earth by 2182. So I guess we can all relax, right? I mean, those odds are almost as good as winning the lottery. But here's the catch. The jackpot? 1,200 megatons of energy. Yikes. So here's the story. And NASA is closely monitoring asteroid Bennu, a massive cosmic object that could potentially collide with Earth on September 24th, 2182. I don't think I'll be around for that. Bennu, which is slightly taller than the Empire State Building, may release an energy equivalent of 1,200 megatons if it were to impact Earth, making it 24 times more powerful than the most powerful nuclear weapon ever built. While the probability of collision is currently low, Bennu is classified as a potentially hazardous asteroid that could pass as close as 4.5 million miles from Earth. The asteroid was discovered in 1999. It's considered a valuable source of information about the origins and development of rocky planets like Earth. In 2020, NASA had a mission that collected samples from Bennu, marking a significant achievement in asteroid exploration. So, not much of a chance, and it's 150 years out, so we probably don't have to worry about it. But boy, you drum up some fear like this, and you can probably get people to give you more funding. I don't want to sound too cynical, but yeah. And it does show you how we're not very good at odds, right? Because if this is a 1 in 2,700 chance, right? And people are playing Powerball, right? They didn't get a winner, and now I think it's up to $1.2 billion. Well, the chance of this asteroid hitting Earth is like 1 million times more likely than you winning Powerball. Or 1 billion times more likely. It's but people will still go out and buy Powerball tickets. Yeah. We don't understand odds in this country, do we? Anyway, we got to have some good news. And remember, stick around for the after show. I'll be going through all 2 comments or whatever we have so far. Anyway, let's get to some good news. It is, yeah, okay. You know, folks, they say politics can be a real bear. But this time, it's the bears who had to deal with politics. In Alaska, they were so worried about a government shutdown, they almost canceled Fat Bear Week. Can you imagine? The bears are like, hey, we're just trying to gain some weight here. Can you guys just not? I mean, it's nice to know that even in the wild, politicians can mess up your plans. So here is the story. Fat Bear Week, it's an annual online contest in Alaska, is back after concerns about a government shutdown were resolved. 12 contestants were revealed, and public voting is beginning today, with a winner selected on October 10th. The contest uses a tournament-style bracket system where the public votes to advance bears in each round. Notable bears this year include fan favorite Otis and last year's winner, Bear 747. Each bear has a unique characteristics and history, and you can find more information and vote on the Fat Bear Week website. So just for kicks, let's see if I can pull this up. Fat Bear Week. Fat Bear Week. Is this it? Here we go. This is it. Fat Bear Week voting. How to participate. Select your choice by clicking or tapping your preferred bear photo, then enter email when prompted. Select I'm not a robot, then submit. You know that you've successfully voted if you see the total votes for the bear. So, let's see. Picked by the people is Pudgy Prince, the 2023 Fat Bear Junior Champion. This fearless flew fought his way into the main Fat Bear Week bracket. And he's facing off against Bear 428. So these are the brackets that we have right now. Match 1 today. I'm not going to go through and do the voting. But of the two, I would probably go for this... Are these the same bear? Okay. Anyway, you can check that out if you like. I think it's a lot of fun. Choose your favorite fat bear. Go through. They're doing the, like a March Madness style bracket thing, and you just vote your favorite bears, and next week we'll have favorite fat bear winner. So that should be kind of fun. Perhaps. Yeah, anyway, vote for your favorite fat bear. That's the good news of the week. And now, that's it. Let's go to the after show. I'll read all 2 of your comments. And I'll be back on Friday with a Fact Check Friday. So I'll see you here on Friday at noon. Until then, peace. Oh, what a day. What a day. Let's see. Clear. There, we got it. Okay, well, we got a couple people tuning in live. Apothecary John, what's up? Natasha joining us, letting me know that there was no transition music. That's it. So the thing is, when you use a computer for more than one thing, these things happen. These things happen. But again, that was one more thing I have a pre-show checklist, and obviously making sure that the right jack is plugged in should be added to the checklist, which I did not do. So what's one more thing to the checklist, and hopefully we'll get that right. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, that's weird. Okay, I'm not sure what the... Sorry. Anyway. Let's see. Got Needy Kitty Week happening here. Well, that's pretty good. A 3-week-old kitten. Aw. Oh, that sounds just as cute as a fat bear. So fat bears and 3-week-old kittens, I think those are both wins. Anyway, not a whole lot of comments, not a whole lot of people watching live, not a whole lot happening. So that's all I have for you today. But yeah, I'll be back on Friday with a fact check. Hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. And until then, peace.